Hey guys, it's Amanda and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my One Direction on Ellen experience. So it all started off November 5th, I think was the date we found out we were going to Ellen. And it was so surreal because, like, the boys had announced their hiatus, and I thought that I wasn't going to get to see them again, like, till after that. Because I already had my Ultra show, and then, like, we had the first listen, and, like, I got to go to that. And I'd be the last time we get to do something, like, One Direction related that they, like, put together. Because, like, it was already November, and they had announced that they were going on hiatus, like, in December. But it was pretty crazy. So, me and my friend were, like, planning everything. We were trying to decide, like, when we were going to camp out, because it was GA, and there has never been anything GA in California for them, especially, like, in LA. Like, we knew it was going to be insane, but we knew, like, we wanted to get, like, as close to the front as we could, so we were going to do, like, anything we could to. So we get to the hotel around 6 o'clock the night before Ellen, and we get ready for the show. There were already a few girls outside, and we wanted to go out with them. So we walked down, and we meet them, and I met this girl named Brooke, who was super nice, and I've seen her at 2 other shows, like, for other bands. Like, we met at the 1975 again, and then at Bad Sons Halsey, which was really cool to, like, see her. She lives in San Diego. But, so we get there, and it's, like, 8 o'clock-ish, and some girl tries to come up and, like, write numbers on everyone's hand. It didn't really work. The Ellen people said that the line wasn't going to be official until 7 a.m. the next day. So we had 11 hours until that was going to happen. So there was probably around, like, 40 girls, like, all, like, spread out in different places. We had, like, a group of people, like, up at the hotel because they kept telling us we couldn't, like, we were waiting on the curb across the street from where the line was going to be, because the line was going to be this, like, on the 7th story of this parking structure. But, like, they kept telling us we couldn't wait on the curb, so we went up to, like, where our hotel was, and you could still, like, see it easily. So we were all waiting up there, and we literally waited from 8 o'clock to 6:30 in the morning outside LA. I got no sleep, didn't eat anything. I couldn't eat because I was so sick to my stomach, like, so nervous. And it got so cold. Like, I had never been so cold in my entire life. Waiting outside of LA at, like, 3 a.m., like, it is not smart, because you really should bring blankets. And, like, we didn't want to bring blankets because we didn't know what we were going to do with them once we got in. So, at, like, 6:30, there's, like, hundreds of girls, like, waited outside across the street on 2 different sides of the curb, across the street from the parking structure. And there was 2 ways to get up there, like a ramp way to get up to the parking structure, and then there was stairs you could take. And at 6:30, some girl, like, I don't even know what happened, but somebody just yells, like, run. And hundreds of girls just run across the street, and it was so unorganized, and I'm so surprised that no one, like, died, because it was a busy street and people were just running across. And I ran up the stairs, and everyone else was running the other way, but I was like, okay, well, like, I gotta go this way. No one else is. So we're running up, and I get there, and there's, like, maybe, like, 6 or 7 girls in front of me. So we get in line, and then it's just this huge, like, thick, like, rectangle-ish line thing. And everyone was, like, just, like, so squished, and it was so bad. And then, like, one by one, the security guards were letting people out to go through security. And I went, like, maybe, like, 7th or 8th. So I went through, and I was the first person out of my group. And I, like, went in through the queue. It was, like, this long queue that everyone was waiting in. And in the end, we were probably, like, 8th in line. Maybe, like, 7th or 8th in line. So we waited in the parking structure in the queues for about 4 hours, from 7 to 11. And we just sat there. Like, we had a few snacks, but we couldn't really eat. Like, I was so sick to my stomach. Like, because they told us that you couldn't, like, your spot wasn't secure. It wasn't necessarily going to go. The first people in line were the first people, like, in the pit or, like, in the stands. So I was, like, never going to be, like, sure that we were front until we were the front. Like, we were standing there. 10 o'clock, 10:30, some lady from Ellen starts coming and checking us in and gives everyone blue wristbands. And the wristbands were just, like, randomly numbered. Like, it had no correlation with anything. But so we got these blue wristbands, we put them on our wrists. And then they started taking us into buses, and there was probably, like, 50 buses total, maybe even more. And I was on the first bus. Like, it was so crazy. So we started walking to our buses, and me and my friend are like tearing up, like crying, like we're ugly people. And then we get on the bus, and they drive us like 10-20 minutes to like the Warner Brothers lot where the concert was going to take place. And while we're on the bus, they give us these purple wristbands, and these ones were numbered, and I was number 8. And we don't know what these mean. Like, no one's telling us anything. They say like, oh, you don't know, you could still be in the back. So we're still like not sure. And we're on that bus sitting in the parking lot for like 2 hours. Just like on the bus. Like, we ran out of toilet paper on our bus, and everyone was trying to pee. So we had to like, some girl had tissues, like bless her soul. And they start taking us off the bus, and we wait like on the side of this like stage. And then we hear them start sound checking. And like, that's when it kind of hit me that we were seeing them. Start saying, okay, we're gonna let you guys start going in like 15 at a time. So me and my friend are going, and they let us in, and we like walk really fast, like fast walk to like, they let us like into the pit right in the front center, and we're just like, wait, we're standing here like for the show. And there was about like a gap like maybe like this big in between where we were and then another barricade, and then there was like this bitch of a gap between the stage. And there were some people who had VIP somehow, like, because they knew somebody. And I for sure thought that like VIP was gonna go in front of us, but I didn't care. And then like we asked the security guard, and he's like, oh no, like they're just fixing the stage down there. You guys are gonna move all the way up. And I was so like, oh my god, what? So then they move us all the way up, and everyone pushes, because we get barricaded, like I don't know how. And me and my friend Kendall are just freaking out, and they push us up so hard against it, but I was like, you're not gonna be able to get through me. Like, okay, thanks for pushing me. And I got like little holes in my knees from the barricade. But so we're in the very front, and we can basically like reach out and touch the stage. And then Ellen walks out, and then like so fast after Ellen walks out, the boys walk out. It was so crazy. I was like, oh my lord, oh my lord. So they walk out, but they only sang about 4 songs. They sang Drag Me Down, Love You Goodbye, Perfect, and Story of My Life. And during Perfect, Louis and Harry both came like really close to us. And then Niall was like, okay, we're gonna sing one more song for you guys. It's like not recorded, it's just for the fans. And they sing Story of My Life. Liam was singing, and he comes up and he's singing his little solo. And I like had my hand out, and then he just like reaches down and grabs my hand, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, hello? So that happened. That was pretty crazy. And they were just so close. And then another point in that song, Niall like reaches out and puts his hands out and like high fives all of us. And it was so crazy for me to like see these boys so close up, because I had been in love with them for like 5.5 years, and knowing that they were going on hiatus was like really heartbreaking. And to like have this be like the end of like the journey with them was so crazy, and I was so thankful for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me in the links below. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.